This is a quick video about confusion and talking over people's heads. I've seen a lot of, I've done a lot of research and been doing a lot of research online about various topics, things things that I had no prior knowledge of, and things I was newly introduced to. And a lot of this stuff happened, I say, probably about 8 years ago. Like I said, when I got introduced to different, different groups of, I haven't got introduced to these people personally, but different groups who had different ways of thinking, different perspectives on different things, right? And what I noticed about these different groups or whatever, they was talking. They talk to people as if it's kind of like they talk over people's head. I know that they have like different perspectives and viewpoints on the way they see things, but then again, it's like they try to be relatable, or they try to get people to buy into what they're saying, but most of the time it's confusion because they talk over people's heads. And then at the same time, you can look at, like, say they doing live streams or talking about something on the internet. You can see the comments, and you can see that the people, whether if they are real commenters, most of the people they're confused about what these people are talking about, because they might be saying something. They might talk about one subject matter, and they might explain it in a certain way that's not very clear. It's very abstract, and the people in the comment section will come up with something that's totally, I guess they try to relate it to the subject matter, but it seems like it has nothing to do with the subject matter at all. And it's like some type of correlation type, and I don't understand it, but I know it's confusion. So it's like, how are you going to expect people to relate to you when the things that you're talking about is pure confusion? It's like you talk over people's heads so much that neither one of you really know what y'all talking about, but they just they might agree on something that's totally off the subject. You know what I'm saying? They'll be talking, and the next person will talk about something totally different, and then but they'll agree down the line during the conversation about something that's not even on the subject matter. So it's like, I don't understand that, because when I was dealing with these, like I said, when I was dealing with that Hebrew Israelite stuff, it was very strange to me. Now I can see clear that that these people, all of them were in a different mindset. None of them had the same doctrine at all, just like the Protestant church. And at the same time, they trying to teach you Hebrew. It's like, why are you trying to teach me Hebrew when, first of all, people don't even understand your doctrine, what you're trying to say, the point that you're trying to convey? You see what I'm saying? And what it is that you truly believe in. So, first of all, they don't even have that down pat. But yet and still, you're trying to teach me a whole other language and then get me to sign up the academies. What is that about? You see what I'm saying? And then when I start looking at it more clearly, it's like this stuff is, and it looked very agenda based. Like they had some type of plan, some type of agenda, and from the beginning, and it's like they're trying to pull you into their perspective or their agenda, even if it's false. And all I see is confusion. It's like to be honest with you, it's really none of my business what a person does, because they have their own right and their own free will. But it becomes a problem when you start seeing people start saying like, "Hey, this is false" or whatever, and then there people later on down the line say, "I don't see how I got caught up in that," or what it was a waste of time, or it showed me certain things that I didn't think about, which it opened me up to certain things, but at the same time, it still didn't do anything. It was like a supplement, and it was nothing really to it, Like the Hebrew Israelite, they'll paint Jesus black as if that makes a difference. King James was black, is like that makes a difference. You know what I'm saying? It does make a difference if you look at his history, historical narratives. If someone was black, but they deleted it or erased it or hid it, the fact that someone was another race and they didn't mention it, it does make a difference. So, that does make a difference. But I don't believe the narratives anymore because it's just the same thing. It's like, oh, they saying it was white and now we saying it's black. How am I to believe either one of you? So now I'm just supposed to believe you because you're black or you're the same color as I am? You see what I'm saying? But it's a lot of confusion, especially when it comes to talking over people's heads. How are you going to be relatable to the people or gain people's, or if you're telling them something that's very important, but yet and still you can't even relate to the people because half of them don't even know what you're talking about, and some of them they just as confused as anyone else, but they're just voicing their confusion in another way. You see what I'm saying? So there's nothing concrete with it. It's nothing. There's no real substance to a lot of this stuff I see out here now. It just air talk. They just and even if it is, they try to spin it to a point to where it's like where you have to get up on my mental level to understand what it is I'm talking about. You see what I'm saying? It's kind of egotistical. So what I've been learning lately from looking at different things and entertaining different mindsets and different group perspectives on different things, you must have a concrete foundation. It must have something of substance, because if it's not, it's just going to lead to more and more confusion. And I don't even know if this is being done on purpose or what, but it kind of seemed like it had some type of agenda, especially behind the Hebrew Israelite movement, some type of agenda behind it. And that's why I said that great awakening thing, that thing about that great awakening and revival and all this stuff, that's religious based. So I see that agenda. You see what I'm saying? But it's like that in the spiritual community too. It's just more confusion. But now the thing I say about it does open your mind up to different things, or shift your perspective, or breaks you out of a repetitive cycle. But if it goes on too long and you don't have no more grounding for them, you can't just be so open that you have no grounding at all. You have no belief system at all that grounds you, or no type of, you see what I'm saying? It's going to lead to more and more scatterbrainness, and progression becomes harder. You will never make any real forward progress because you have no real starting point at all. So it's just a quick rant about confusion and talking over people's heads.